All right, everybody. This is the Black Knight, aka Gangsta Simp, aka Maximum Black, coming to you live in Virginia, in Portsmouth, Virginia. I'm outside chilling. We're getting ready to talk about this. The SIS nigga 10,000 has struck again. This is a new and improved already, a new model of the SIS nigga 10,000. This SIS nigga 10,000 comes with Jigaboo grip. All right, so the black hand of white supremacy is killing us. When will people start listening to me about the black hand of white supremacy? I'm going to keep talking about it. We're going to keep riding with it until somebody decide to ride with us against these niggas. Because these ain't black people. These ain't our people. They're killing our women. They're killing our children. They're killing our women in front of their children. They're executing black mothers. Black mothers are being executed. It's time to do something about it. Let's ride with it. Gangster talk. Dang, let's ride.
Yo, I'm throwing it up. Hop on the gas tank and stand on it. I'm flipping the endo with two of my mans on it. I'm a loose rider out of the bricks. That mean I'ma battle somebody out of their rent. Come on. Take on total package with females. Soul Brothers, Black Knight, send it through your email. I ride or die. Rough ride like Wink with the bike. I'm like the ball of Allen I. Socks on my air night. Loud like the exhaust on my Yoshamore pipes. When it comes to the hike, you off and on. On the bike, we get chicks like Punch and John. I'm doing all types of tricks while you stare. And bikers, I'm taking them down in two curves. Yo, Nito!
Till I can't go no more, no more. I'm gonna ride, 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 ride. I'm gonna ride till I can't go no more. Come on, baby. Should know that. Gotta keep rolling. Come on, people. Get it together. So keep on rolling. Together. Ride, 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 ride. Come on. Till I can't go no more. To my house. Ride, ride, ride.
Yeah, man. Burn rubber, not your soul. Happy Mother's Day, everybody, from the Ebony Star Network. Dang, put that baby up on the back stream and get that banner going across the screen as well. We're about to run that back one more time, give people a chance to get on in here. So go ahead and put that baby up there on the backdrop and hit that ride one more time. Yeah.
Yeah, break them off, ladies and gentlemen. Alice the third.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. I wanna make sure you hear me.
Turn it up.
Real loud and clear, cause I'ma say something that you wanna refer to like every day. Y'all really need some funk. Y'all really need some funk. Hold back, stay clear. Funk that keep me Hey, said I like the way you move, girl. Makes me lose concentration. Can you see where this is going? We got a situation. Baby. What you got to say now? Won't you come to my house and play on a mission to ride? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more. Yeah. I'm gonna ride. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go
Yo,
no
I'm
more.
throwing it up. Hop on the gas tank and stand on it. I'm flipping the endo with 2 of my mans on it. I'm a loose rider out of the bricks. That mean I'ma battle somebody out of their rent. Come on. Take on total package with females. Soul Brothers, Black Knight, send it through your email. I ride or die. Rough ride like Wink with the bike. I'm like the ball of Allen I. Doctor. Socks on my air night. Loud like the exhaust on my Yoshimore pipes. When it comes to the hike, you off and on. On the bike, we get chips like Punch and John. I'm doing all types of tricks while you stare. And bikers, I'm taking them down in 2 curves. Yo, Nito!
Till I can't go no more, no more. Should know that I keep rolling. Come on, people, get it together. Just rolling, keep on rolling together. Oh yeah, till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more.
All right. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this installment of Gangsta Talk on Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all of the black mothers out there. who are struggling, who are fighting to take care of their children, who are just trying to do something as simple as stay alive, because it seems that now they have a target on their back. And the ones who are pulling the trigger are young black men. And on a day where we're supposed to be celebrating black motherhood, it's breaking my heart to sit here and talk about stuff like this, but it has to be brought into the spotlight until we start paying attention. We need to start paying attention. We need to start putting our heads together and figure a way on how to stop this. Too many of our black mothers are losing their hands. Are losing their lives at black hands. This baby you see on the screen was murdered by an SIS nigga 10,000 with jigaboo grip, simply because the baby do what babies do. The baby went to the bathroom on itself. That's what babies do. That's why they're called babies. They can't go to the bathroom themselves. That's why they have mothers to take care of them, to change them, to clean them. They are called babies. And this lunatic that you see on the screen next to this baby, whose life he took for urinating on itself, is an absolute piece of shit. This is a member of the black can of white supremacy. When are y'all going to start paying attention to me when I talk about this black hand of white supremacy? This black hand of white supremacy is absolutely real. And they are in our neighborhoods, they are in our communities. And they have free reign. They have free access. And they are running around in our communities unchecked. And they are murdering our black mothers and our black children. When is this going to be the spotlight? Why is Kevin Samuels the spotlight? Why is that the spotlight? Why can't we be talking about this until we get something done about this? Where are the big channels that are pointing this out, who are harping on this? Surely this is more important than Kevin Samuels. Surely this is more important than a bunch of weak Negro men who have problems and issues with black women. Surely the lives of our women and the lives of our children are more important than that. Why isn't this going viral? Why do we allow people who have no business with any attention to go viral and to occupy our attention? Why? Why aren't we talking about this? This needs to be in the spotlight on every black channel. We are in the midst of a crisis. This is a war. There's a war that's been declared on black women and black children. And the soldiers who are fighting that war against our black women and black children are black soldiers. But they aren't black soldiers that are fighting for black people. They are black soldiers that are fighting for white supremacy. And they are killing our women, and they are killing our children. A young mother, 24 years old, also lost her life by another member of the black hand of white supremacy. A TSA officer just got off of work with her child. She was gunned down in cold blood in front of her baby girl, with her uniform still on in broad daylight, by a young black lunatic. When are we going to start paying attention to this? How many times do we have to put this out there before somebody pays attention? Before we all start paying attention? Before we all decide that something needs to be done about this? where the brothers in the community need to get together, where fathers need to get together. Black people have to get together and do something about this because this is hurting us. They are hurting us. They are taking the lives of our people. This is Mother's Day, a day that we're supposed to be celebrating the very women that brought us all into this world. The day that we're supposed to be bearing gifts and hugging the very women that brought us into this world. The day that we're supposed to be expressing love for the women that brought us into this world. Instead, I'm doing a podcast about a mother who was gunned down in cold blood in front of her child. And another mother had her child taken away from her, which is simply being a baby, by another black lunatic, another member of the black hand of white supremacy. At some point, you have to take me seriously about the black hand of white supremacy. If you cannot see, you're blind. They are hurting us. And they're hurting us badly because they're killing our black mothers. And they're killing our young black children. They are systematically helping white supremacy within. They are the great infiltrators, white supremacy. And I'm sick and tired of this going unnoticed. I'm sick and tired of guys like Kevin Samuels taking the spotlight and going viral when this is what we should be talking about. Nobody don't give a damn about Kevin Samuels and those weak ass pussies in the manosphere. This is what we need to be talking about. This is a crisis. This is killing us. When are we going to start caring? When are we going to start caring about our people? When are we going to stop getting distracted by bullshit and pay our attention to the things that need our attention? This needs our full attention. This needs our full attention. This lunatic murdered a baby simply because the baby was being a baby. And I know I may sound redundant, but I just can't get that out of my mind. This baby did nothing but be a baby and was murdered. Think about that for a second. This baby did nothing wrong. All this baby did was be a baby. And he was murdered by a lunatic, a psychopath who's broken beyond repair, have no regard for human life, has no compassion, has a black heart, and has a soul filled with soot, black soot, a demon. When are we going to pay attention to this? When will we when will we start to continuously put the spotlight on this until somebody do something about it? This is hurting us more than you know, because every time you kill a black mother, you're wiping out a part of our future. This is another black mother who are bringing children into this world. Every time you take a baby away from us, you're killing our future. They are wiping out our future. They're wiping out our ability to create a future by killing our black mothers. And then they're wiping out that future that she leaves behind by killing our babies. Why isn't this viral? Why isn't this being talked about on all channels? Why isn't this on the Joe Budden's podcast? Why isn't this on the Breakfast Club? Why aren't all these loudmouths, these so-called intellectual orators talking about this? These self-bloated, I'm just, this, the anger that I have right now is incredible. We spend so much time listening to bullshit on social media because we want to be entertained. While our black mothers are being slain in the street like dogs, and our children right along with them. What are we going to say enough is enough until it start happening to people in our family? Would you believe it then when the black hand of white supremacy strikes in your neighborhood and does something to one of your family members? Will you believe it then? Will you stop paying attention to bullshit then? Will you be serious about it then? I guess some of us look at it this way. It didn't happen to anyone in our family, so we just don't give a damn, right? We'd rather go listen to bullshit and gossip and get excited about people doxing each other. But we don't pay attention to this. We're not putting any energy into this. I don't hear anybody talking about this other than maybe Willie D. When are other people going to take the initiative and talk about this? I'm a small channel, people. I can barely get 10, 15 people in my channel on a consistent basis. But I give a damn about my people. No matter how many people come in this room, if you're black, I give a damn about you. I can't be the only one. I'm not big enough. My voice isn't loud enough. If I had a platform as big as Sonnetta's, you wouldn't be able to stop me at all. I have black women all over the place. Our black children all over the place. I'll turn into a typhoon. But I don't have a platform that big. See, I know what to do with a platform that big. I get a platform big like that, I'm not putting out any bullshit. I'm going to put out the truth of what's really going on with us and things that we need to do to stop this kind of thing. I don't have the power these big channels have. I don't have the reach, nor do I have the pull. If you support this channel and help us grow this platform, then we can handle it. We can handle up. But as of right now, we don't have the support the big channels have. But we have the voice that gives a damn about black people. We're not here to exploit black people. We really care about our people. We just don't have the support these big channels do. The Joe Buttons, the Sonnetas, even the Manosphere, Bernard Rallies, all these big time black channels. And they don't talk about this. They give in to white supremacy. They're scared. They're afraid to talk about things like this. And they encourage other people to not listen to things like this. Because as far as they're concerned, there's no money in it. You see, they put money, they've put a price tag on the lives of our children and the lives of our women. The money is in talking negative about black women. That's where the money's at. There's no money in pointing this out to the public, because you got to give a damn to do something like this. You see, when you put out information like what I'm putting out right now, it's not about the money. It's about what's in the heart. It's about what's in the heart of the people here in the Every Star Network. And what's in our heart is the love for our people. And when we see stuff like this, it breaks that heart. And it's even worse when we have our own people who don't want to put the spotlight on this. And they have big channels and they turn a blind eye to this. I can only do but so much with my small channel. Like I said, I don't have the support that these big channels have. You need to help us grow. You see, because we're not Negroes at the Ebony Star Network. We're not scared Negroes over here. See, the Manosphere, those are all cowards. Kevin Samuels, those guys are all cowards. They work for white supremacy. They don't care about what happened to this boy, this baby. They're probably glad it happened. And it's going to be the regular rhetoric from these guys. They blame the mother. We're not going to blame the fathers for allowing a lunatic like this to be raised in the community. See, when you got men such as these, that's directly tied to the fathers. Fathers not properly raising their boys or leaving their boys to be raised in the street. And they grow up out of control and they grow up like this. And they start murdering their own people. When are we going to talk about this? Why we got so many black men who are afraid to talk about this? Who are afraid to put this on their channel? What? Are you scared of white folks? You scared that if you said something about this, you're going to lose your channel? You're afraid if you said something about this, something's going to happen to you? Well, I got news for you. Something's already happening to us. These things are already happening to us. What do we have to lose? I'm sick and tired of seeing stories like this. This is a heartbreaker. That baby didn't do anything wrong. All this baby did was be a baby. And his life was taken as if it meant absolutely nothing.
Yeah, yeah, poor baby. But being a baby
I'm
is.
looking at something in the chat right now.
Hmm.
Someone said,
Oh yeah, they're trying to find a way to bring more people to your channel.
I must be frozen because I can't. What I see is something about Melanin Hub. They do black couple TikToks.
Oh yeah, they were talking about ways to bring other black folks, or make other black folks aware of your channel. Hmm.
Yeah, damn. I'm trying to hold back from losing my mind.
Hmm.
This poor baby. Our children are supposed to be precious to us. All this baby did was be a baby. This baby did what babies do. And was murdered for it in cold blood.
Yeah.
You got that article?
Yes.
Read the article.
All right. A Florida man is accused of murdering his girlfriend's 2-year-old son, and police said the man confessed to hitting the child because he peed on the couch. Lake Lakeland police charged uh, Jones, 30, with aggravated manslaughter of a child for the boy's death. Prosecutors said they're going over the evidence and may upgrade the charges to murder. According to the police release, the mother had left him with Jones when she went to work. Early Friday, Jones texted the woman telling her the boy telling her the boy was not responding to his attempt to wake up. Called the mother before calling the 911. According to police, the man did not call 911. He merely texted the child's mother and informed her of the issue with her toddler son. The woman immediately contacted 911 and she rushed home, but it was too late. The boy was taken to the hospital and pronounced dead. So she called 911. He didn't even try to call 911.
You see, this is the most trifling set of Negroes I've ever seen in my whole life, man. I can't even, this is an embarrassment of black men. I don't know what the hell is wrong. Black women, you're going to have to, men like this, I mean, oh boy. Wow.
I don't know if you want me to go further with the reading.
Go ahead. It gets worse.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. Report states that the police are saying the boy had visible injuries all over his body, and an autopsy showed he died of blunt force trauma. A police detective in the police report, they confronted Jones and he told them he had become aggravated with the boy for urinating on the couch and struck him numerous times, knocking him out. Jones was subsequently arrested. So after the police confronted him with the evidence of abuse and autopsy showed he died of blunt force trauma, then he confessed that he got mad at the boy for urinating on the couch and struck him and
You
hit him,
see, this
knocking him out.
this is a product of failed leadership, black leadership. There's no leadership to speak of. There's no strong black men leading these communities and dealing with these boys. And when they grow up with no clue. It's obvious that this punk is unfit to be a father. He's unfit to be a man, period. Because there was no man in his life to direct him properly. This is why the fathers are so important. You see how dangerous it is not having a father? You see how deadly it is to not have a father around?
Mm-hmm.
It is absolutely deadly not to have a father around or not to have some strong male influence. Boys need hard direction and understanding and discipline to keep their minds straight. If you let them fend for themselves, let them raise themselves in the street, they're turning into lunatics, animals, with no regard for life, with no direction, no understanding of life whatsoever. This lunatic doesn't even have the presence of mind to understand that this is a frail, precious baby. Beating on the baby like it's an adult. Obviously has no training on how to be a father, No understanding on how to be a father. No understanding on how to be a man, period. And this is what I mean that we've left our women in an impossible situation to where they have to choose the best amongst the worst men in our communities. This is tragic. Everywhere I look, there are tragedies waiting to happen because I see unfit men every single day. I see them in the grocery stores. I watch their behavior. Unfit. They're unfit to be fathers. They're unfit to be men, period. And unfortunately, there's so many of them because there's so many absentee fathers that the black woman is trying to choose the best amongst them. Saying that the fathers need to get into the communities and do something about this is an overstatement. No, it's an understatement. This is the worst I've ever seen black men. This is the worst state I've ever seen black men in. I've never seen such a crop of worthless Negroes in my entire life. I've never seen so many unfit black men. Unfit to be men, period. Have absolutely no clue on how to do anything. Absolutely zero, just absolute zero guidance. No upbringing whatsoever, no teachings, just have absolutely zero clue on how to do anything. This isn't funny, but we're going to have people who are going to be laughing at this. They think that this is funny. There's nothing funny about this. You won't be laughing when it happens to one of your loved ones. This black hand of white supremacy, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I'm going to keep saying it till somebody start listening. They're hurting us, and they're hitting us where it hurts. They're doing what white supremacy can't do. They're infiltrating the inner sanctum of our neighborhoods. They're going into places, they have access to places where the Proud Boys won't dare go, where the Ku Klux Klan don't have the courage to go. And they're hitting us where it hurts. And something has to be done about it.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
Dame. I got to get off for about 10 minutes. I got to get my clothes. I'll be right back on in a few minutes.
All right. Yeah. And then um and then there's LaShante Jones. Yeah. With her case, this is a young mother, you know, she's gunned down right in front of her 3-year-old. Her 3-year-old gets hurt on top of that. The child don't know yet that her mother had died. You know, she's in the hospital. So we got a young mother gunned down. We got a young child's gonna grow up without her mother, and the trauma of her mother being gunned down in front of her. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a whole family that is empty without Shantae Jones. She got nieces and nephews that's gonna miss her. Her mother. Oh, this is especially tragic. So close to a Mother's Day. So Mother Day is a bitter moment today. No, I think they right now they trying to deal with the drama with the trauma, and then the gunman is still running loose. They don't know who the gunman is. They trying to um find him. So yes, as far as I know, as far as I can find, there's no GoFundMe page. Um, Lashante, Lashante Jones. Yes, yeah. Remembering perfection. Yeah. So I couldn't get a picture of her. I guess not out there yet, or I couldn't tell which one was hers. Um, but yeah. So the child is taken unexpectedly. Their granddaughter is hurt in the hospital. They trying to think how they gonna tell her that her mother's gone. They grieving. The killer is still out there. They don't know why she's killed, why she was chosen. Just just a man came up and shot her. Hmm. So and unfortunately, they're probably not the only one. It's one thing when you lose a parent to illness and old age, but another one they just forcibly taken from you. And a child. It used to be parents had to worry about crib debt. Now you gotta worry about who you leaving your child with, who you trust. Child's shaken, and then the guilt because you trust somebody and and they killed your child. Yeah, um, he shouldn't have been the one she had to turn to babysit. There should have been a community of elderly ladies. I had that. I was lucky. I had that. If they weren't related to me, and they love kids. The only one that didn't, she never abused me. She just was very strict. You know, you know. To me, it seemed weird to be going to bed as soon as the sun goes down. But I wasn't hurt. She fed me. She didn't beat me. But you get to where you don't know who to trust,
And
and the
and
pressure. Hmm.
the thing about it is that as a father, see, what a lot of these brothers don't understand. And shout out to Hassan Burton, he made a powerful comment about the black hand of white supremacy. If you can, Dame, highlight his comment. He said, the black hand is the proverbial remote control for the other side. Shout out to Hassan Burton. Comment of the day. I agree 100%, my brother.
Mm-hmm.
When we get a little bit more established and we start getting support, we're going to start giving out cash apps for people who have comments of the day. You know, that's the comment of the day right there. The black hand is the proverbial remote control for the other side. For my brother Hassan Burton.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you highlight that comment.
It's
So I
highlighted.
agree 100%. Thing about it is, these niggas don't understand. We are that baby was supposed to be protected. He's supposed to be protecting that baby and raising that baby. That's a baby boy. Instead of protecting and raising that baby boy, he murdered that baby boy for being nothing more than a baby boy. This is why they don't want men with young babies. This is why they almost always give the babies to the mother. Because of shit like this. This is why the mother always get awarded the kids. The kids are safer, in many cases, safer with the mother than they are with the father, especially when they're little. This stupid MFer, instead of learning how to nurture his baby like a father does, not like a woman does, he beats the life out of his son for urinating on the couch, something that the little baby just cannot help. Blame it on the mother. So basically what you're saying is, if we're going to blame everything on the mother, then we may as well go on record now and say that black women can no longer trust black men. Because he is the father of that child. It was entrusted. Huh?
That's the boyfriend.
Okay, that's the boyfriend. So he was entrusted by that woman to care for and protect that little baby. And so if we're going to say it's the black woman's fault, then we're going to retaliate and say, all right, then, since you want to blame everything on the black mother, then we're going to go on record and say that the black woman should never trust the black man again. Okay? We're going to counter with that. We're going to tell the sisters from now on, don't trust black men. Black men cannot be trusted. Don't leave anything with black men. Don't leave your kids with black men. Don't leave them in your house by themselves. Don't do anything with black men. Don't trust black men ever again. They can't be trusted. If this is what they're doing, then they just simply cannot be trusted. And that's the attitude that black women should adopt going forward. If they're going to blame you for a lunatic like this, which is really their fault, because they allow lunatics like this to be created from their dereliction as black leaders and you know, absentee fatherhood. If they're going to say it's your fault, then you say, okay, I'll tell you what, since it's our fault, then we no longer trust any of you. Ever. For no reason. And from now on, if you want to see your kids, you're going to have to see your kids with security present. Or you don't get to see your kids at all. because we can't trust you around the children. We can't trust you around children. So you're not to be trusted. If you're going to play that blame game, then we're going to play the trust game. We're going to retaliate by black women going forward, not trusting black men anymore. And from now on, if a black man is around your children, make sure that there's security. Or don't leave him alone with your children because he can't be trusted. And you got to do it with all the black men you come in contact with the exception of your fathers, because and your brothers, because you don't know who to trust. You don't know which one's going to wig out, right? So the only ones that you can trust are the ones in your family, the ones that you grew up with, the ones that you know. But these other ones, no, don't trust them. Why? So they can murder your children and then turn around and blame you for it? No, don't trust them. And under no circumstances should you leave your children with your boyfriend, because you can't trust them. Can't be trusted. And if they can't be trusted, right, then he shouldn't be your man. Find a man that you can trust. There's some out there, but I think black women should adopt, going forward, a no trust clause. Since they don't want to take responsibility for allowing these monsters to be raised in their environment, the environment that they're supposed to lead and that they're supposed to be in control of, since they don't want to take that responsibility, then adopt a policy of zero trust. Consider these dudes dangerous. Assume that they are dangerous. Assume that. I gotta go on mute.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Assume they be dangerous. Under no circumstances leave your children with a boyfriend. There's nothing in it for him. And you thinking, oh, but he loves me. No. That, as far as he's concerned, that's competition. Yep. And yeah, it's gonna make it hard for a lot of brothers that are dating women with children. But hey, you gotta understand, hey, it's her child.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah.
Yeah, black women going forward, unless you know that you can absolutely trust the Negro that you're with, do not leave your children with any black man that you don't know, that you don't trust. If he's a boyfriend that you just started dating, do not leave your child with that boy.
Don't move him in neither.
Don't move him in either.
Don't move in with no man unless you're married to him.
Stop leaving your children with black boyfriends Stop leaving them with men that you don't trust, that you don't know anything about, that you haven't vetted, that you haven't seen show maturity and a basic understanding and compassion for life. You with some dude that's always talking about killing, some dude talking about being with his friends, some dude talking about shooting this and that one. You need to get away from that man because obviously that man don't have that much respect for life or that much regard for life. You need to get away from that person.
Yeah. Stay from away from men that's impatient, don't seem to understand that is the child is a baby. You can't hold children a baby accountable for stuff. That's irritated by the child. Don't really want to have too much to do with it, and seem to be angry anytime you try to encourage it, trying to show that he could be a good dad. No, 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 no. He's impatient, irritated, all that stuff. No, he don't want nothing to do with your child. Don't leave him with your child. He don't have no kind of patience, no kind of understanding that that a baby does things that's out of their control. You know, don't have no kind of understanding that you're supposed to take care of the child, do things for the child, because it's a baby. Yeah. No, I say stay. I said black women to keep their man, keep their child away from a man who don't have any kind of understanding of the characteristics of a child. There's
So
some
what's the
men they
comment?
don't see babies as
What
babies.
comment?
Hmm.
What comment are you responding to? Because I can't
Truth
see the
is,
chat.
uh, the last comment on truth is, you just told black women to stay away from all the characteristic of a child. I say no. I said keep it.
Oh, the what?
He said, I just told black women to stay away from all the characteristics of a child. And I explained it. No, I was saying if you see a man who don't have understand the characteristics of a child, then keep the child away from that man. Don't leave that man with your child.
Yeah, you know, some black women, what you got to start doing when
Hmm.
you're going dating black men, you need to start having asking questions about how they feel about their mother, find out what kind of relationship they have with their mother. Also, talk to them about children. Find out how they feel about children.
Hmm.
Do they want children? If a man tell you that he doesn't want any children, that's a red flag. And you got children, that's a red flag. Don't want to have your children around men that don't want children because they don't want children. They don't care for children. Okay, they may harm the child, or they may let harm come to the child. Okay, man tells you he don't want children, then don't put your children. Don't leave your children around that man. Do not trust your children around that man alone. Don't do that to your children. You may be putting your lives of your children in danger if you do that.
Hmm. Yeah, but especially pay attention if he's impatient, irritated. Every time the child comes around, seem to be jealous of the baby or the attention you give the baby, or every time the child cries. No, you don't want the hmm yeah. Cause hey Max, what if
Hmm.
he's just saying that that he want that he loved children just to get with her, but he really don't? How can you tell?
Well, you know, hold on a second. If he's always pressuring you for sex, if he's pressuring you for sex, keep talking about when you and him gonna get it on. You know, the way you flush guys like that out, everywhere you go with them for the first 2 or 3 months, for the first 90 days, maybe a little bit longer, take your child with you everywhere. Say, I'm not going away without my baby. A man that loves children don't have a problem with that. A man who loves children don't have any issue with children coming along. See, I
Mhm.
love children. If we were going out, I wouldn't care how many times you brought the kids with us.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? You see, guys like that, they feel that the child is taking you away from them. See, a man who loves children don't think that. A man who loves children knows at some point we're going to have some us time. A man who loves children understands that you are a mother, and you are a mother first. And your duty and time is to your children first. He gets what's left over. A man that loves children understands that and won't be bothered by that. But a guy who don't like children, he's bothered by that. He feels that the child is taking you away from him because he wants time. He wants to have sex with you. He wants more intimate time with you. And he gets to the point where he grows to hate your children. You understand? And then you go to work one day and leave your child with him, and he lets something happen to the baby. Either he does something to the baby or he lets something happen to the baby that hurts the baby or even kills the baby. And then he fake consoles you, talking about he's there for you. The baby is gone, and so he's being there for you. And eventually that's going to turn into you and him spending more time together. If you can't figure out that he caused harm to your baby or he allowed harm to come to your baby. Some of these guys are really, really slick. They'll set your baby up, let your baby fall and hit his head, and then act like they don't know what happened. Oh, I was in here playing PlayStation. I heard a bump. Next thing you know, your baby's dead. And you're devastated, and he's playing the fake hero. He's coming in, consoling you, but he the one that let it happen. You know, he'll cry with you. He'll do everything just to get your attention, just to be next to you. So guys who don't like children are some of the most dangerous guys to be around because they feel that the child is taken away from them. They feel that the child is taking you away from them. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I got to get off. My phone is dying. I'll be
Okay.
back in a little bit. Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to yeah, hear from Max and get Max understanding of the guys. Yeah,
Exactly,
I'll go
Hassan.
by direction.
Exactly, Hassan. The man who loves children already has a built-in understanding that you are a mother first and that your time is to your children first. Once that time is dealt with, then he gets what's left over. And he's perfectly happy with it. He has no problem with that. He'll make the most of it. See, when you with a real man, you don't have to duck and dodge. You don't have to make any excuses for being who you are. A real man understands who you are. A real man can assess what's going on. It's these unreasonable MFers, these selfish dudes, these sexual deviants. They're the ones that got a problem with you being who you are. They got a problem with you being a mother. They got a problem with you looking after their kids. Especially if a man come up to you and say, "Damn, baby, when we gonna spend time together? You always spending time with your kids." A man say that to you, it's time to go. If your man step to you on some, "Damn, baby, you always been with the kids. When we gonna spend time together?" It's time for you to leave. It's time for you to go. Drop that nigga. It's gonna get worse from you after that statement. After he makes that statement, it's gonna get worse for you. Now, the lucky thing that can happen for you is that he gets frustrated and breaks up with you. That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you want to happen. The worst case scenario is that he still stays with you. You don't want that to happen. After he made a statement like that, you don't want him around you no more. And you definitely don't want to trust your children alone with him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So you with a guy and he on some, "Man, baby, I can't get none. You know, why you always with your kids? Your kids taking up all our time." Man, flush that nigga down the toilet. Straight up. Flush that dude down the toilet. That ain't nothing but a turd. Flush that turd down the toilet. I'll be right back, Dave. I gotta get off for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Yeah. He gotta go. He gotta go. You know. Yeah. Because he's gonna constantly trying to come between you and the child. It's gonna resent more and more. Might as well just let him go. Keep your child safe. Yeah. So hey, you gotta be extra careful when you got kids. One, don't move in with a man until you marry him. Two, ask him questions. See, and if ask him questions. He said he likes kids. Okay, then take your kids everywhere. See how much he really like kids. And Max told you about the one design when we're gonna spend time together. Uh, and I told you about they seem they irritated and they impatient and they don't understand, especially when it comes to babies, that a baby is just being a baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I usually be like, hey, if the guy got younger siblings, uh, he's more accepting of kids. He dealt with kids, usually younger siblings, and then they got siblings. There's nieces and nephews. But we need to stop this tragedy from happening. It's always either the boyfriend, the the second husband, or the stepfather. Well, not always the stepfather, but But yeah, don't want to end up marrying one of these dudes. Yeah, and always have alternate people to watch your kids, your family. Yeah, and the father's family, starting with his parents. The grandparents are always happy to watch kids, and if it's for work, hey, no problem. Just extra time with the grandkids, as long as you don't, take advantage. But hey, the kid comes first. If you're not ready to make your kids first, you might as well just let the child's father have custody. So, a tragic Mother's Day for this mother, because no mother is prepared for their child to go before them, no matter what age. And this is somebody that sat with a lot of elderly women who had children died from cribs. They had children taken away from them because of accident or illness. And no matter how old, because I know one lady, she was in her 70s when she lost one of her children, and it still hurt. Her child was grown and had a child. Yeah, so it's hard, especially when it's coming from your own people. Black hand, white supremacy. These guys never think that if the woman is interested in having children and you don't care for children, you don't know how to care for children, don't want to care for children, don't get with that woman. No, they somehow think they're gonna make a mother choose them over their child, then resent when she choose to take care of a child, and he becomes secondary. That's the thing. When Max said that um, a man that understands about mothers and their children understands that and accept that he's going to be secondary. These guys not going to understand that. There's no understanding to them that the child comes before them, especially when they're babies, because the babies need their mother more, and they become jealous. That's why I said never marry these guys. These guys seem perfectly fine until you have a baby, and then that's when the attacks happen, the beating. If not beating you, then they take it out on the child. So this Mother's Day is especially bad. She lost a child. Um, her boyfriend killed her child. Yeah, but in their minds, nope. In their minds, it's not sickening. Or some of them they do realize it is, but those are the ones that They try to, keep from that, but a lot of them know. They ain't gonna tell you, oh, I'm not jealous. But yes, they are. You know, just that one her spend time with me. Spend time with us. There's no us time, so to say. Yeah. So so she'll never trust her judgment again. And she's gonna grieve that child for the rest of her life. Huh. One mother loses a child, get a child taken from her, and is gonna grieve for the rest of her life. And the what ifs and if I had is gonna eat her alive. Another a child's mother is taken away from her. She's gonna grieve for the rest of her life. She's gonna have trauma from how her mother is taken away from her. That's either gonna affect her now or further down the line. And we won't know how. And two families are devastated. Let's see. Yeah, grown man jealous of baby sickening. Yeah, yeah, but theirs is worse. Jealous in the it's not just jealousy of the baby. It's jealousy in in the sense that they want to get rid of the baby. It's competition. They see it as a competition. You know, for the mother, they don't see it as her child. Is they acting like the child is another man trying to steal his woman. Yeah. They swear the child's doing stuff on purpose to irritate them, to get between him and the woman. I bet you before the police and 911 got all involved, he saw it as the child did that on purpose to make him mad, so he looked bad in front of the child's mother. This is the mindset. This is the thinking that the baby's trying to make him look bad. Yeah. And it's gonna be all kind of ways. It's gonna be twisted. They're gonna twist it as the mother's fault because it was her boyfriend. Oh yeah, there's all kind of stories out there. Naturally bodily function, crying, um, looked at him strange. Already know better. Shooks, and it's not just the babies. Shooks, we saw one where the boys. It was two boys. They were older. They were getting punched, and then fussed at for crying. Well, I know in other cases withhold water because the child peed in bed till the child died of dehydration. But hey, Belle. Yeah. So, all right. Anybody want to come up and talk about this? Hey, Belle, we're talking about the 2-year-old that got killed by his mother's boyfriend for peeing, and the mother that got gunned down in front of her 3-year-old. Okay. Yeah. Hello, Mika. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day, y'all. Yeah, I know it's sad. Yeah. 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 Let me see. Let me do my fair use, and I'll show you the news report. All right. All right. Let's see. Fair use. Fair use. Close that up. All right. All right. All right. Let's see. Let me take this down for a second. All right. This channel may contain content not authorized for use by its owner. However, according to Section 107 of the Copyright Act of the United States, the fair use of copyrighted work for purposes of criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research is not an infringement of copyright. All right. That's okay. Okay, because the gunman is still out there, so they still so. Let me back it up a little bit. All right, here's the ready report.
Front of our own daughter.
And tonight, we're getting our first look at her suspected killer as he remains on the run. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa is live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Christian.
We've talked about how this was a hard-working mother, a TSA officer at MIA, and you tonight, you said it, a surveillance picture of the shooter. Keep in mind, this tragedy taking place just day before the Sunday holiday.
She was still in her work uniform. They took her from me.
A grieving mother, days before Mother's Day. LaShonta Jones was 24 years old. She had just got home from work when she was gunned down right next to her 3-year-old daughter.
I haven't even told her her mom is gone. Like, how can you explain that to a 3-year-old child? I'd never be able to kiss my baby. I'd never be able to hear my baby laugh, play with her nieces and nephews. That's taken, it's gone.
Jones was murdered Monday around 3 in the afternoon outside her home at the Coral Bay Cove Apartments on Southwest 258th Street and South Dixie Highway. Detectives releasing this surveillance picture of the killer pointing his weapon at his victim. Her little girl, luckily, only grazed by a bullet.
But how can you do a 3-year-old child like that? He needs to turn himself in, or somebody need to say something. Somebody need to talk. My daughter didn't trouble nobody.
Any little bit of information can help detectives make an arrest in this case and get this family some justice. If you think you can help, call Crime Stoppers at 305-471-TIPS. And we're live in Southwest Miami-Dade tonight. I'm Christian De La Rosa, Local 10.
Yeah. So sorry about that, y'all. Yeah. It move on to the next thing. Commercial. So yeah, that's Lashante Jones. Um, she was shot in front of her 3-year-old. So that family's grieving, and then the fact that the killer is still on the loose. Now, the other one is this here, this little boy, and this is the man that killed him. Well, okay, the man is facing manslaughter charges after police say he beat his girlfriend's 2-year-old son to death for urinating on the couch. Yeah. Yeah, so emergency officials respond to a report of unresponsive child to an apartment. Um, just before 1 a.m. on Friday, rushing the young boy to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, according to Lakeland Police Department. Now, the child whose death since been ruled a homicide is said to suffer from multiple blunt force trauma while in the care of his mother's boyfriend, 30-year-old Algray Jones. Yeah, during an interview, the Texas detectives Jones allegedly admitted to becoming aggravated at the child after he urinated on the couch. Now he struck the child in multiple areas of his body, causing him to go unconscious. Now this is the kicking part. Jones, he did not make an attempt to get help for the boy. Instead, sent a text message to the child's mother while she's at work. So who knows how much time before she took a break and looked at her phone. The mother immediately left work, returned home, and then called 911. But it was too late. So he didn't even bother trying to call 911. Yeah, it's gonna be upgraded to manslaughter. Just the fact that he didn't that he did not attempt to call 911. He just sent a text saying that uh he couldn't wake up the baby. So yeah, they just went initially because they didn't know what was going on. This happened. Oh, hey, Abner. This happened April 12th. Um, so that's why it's initially manslaughter, but they expected to upgrade. Um, yeah, but with that autopsy report, yeah, it's gonna be murder. Yeah, And the reason why is because he didn't call 911. Yeah, Belle, we was just talking about that. Women need to stop leaving their kids with boyfriends. You can barely trust some of the daddies with them. If you're not gonna trust the daddy, you sure as heck shouldn't be trusting the boyfriend. Yeah, live-in boyfriend. Don't live with them neither. What is it with living in when you a boyfriend when you got children? Don't live with no man until you marry him. But no, everybody wants to. I want to try my. How I know if I can live with him until I try it out. You got children. No, there's no trying out when you got children. hmm So, Avana, did you have a chance to hear what we was talking about? Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Um. You had to go to work. You knew you had to go to work. Did you try anybody else? Your parents, his grandparents on his father's side, siblings on both sides, a good friend, um, maybe the elderly lady that you know very well, a church member, somebody, his daddy. Okay, but we're not gonna know that right now. Is the child is gone, so be like so. If you're a single mother, start gathering, getting to know, and finding people you can trust your children with. You know, yeah, you're not gonna, some of them you're gonna have to rotate through because hey, but if it's for work, they understand. Now, if you get ones that say, hey, you got a man now, leaving with your man, nah. But that goes back to don't live with no guy till you're married to him. Cause they're not gonna babysit. They see, hey, well, then what's the dude there for? And if you're entrusting with the kids, why are you living with them? It's a vicious. It's a cycle over and over again. Ladies, don't live with no man you're not gonna be married to. In fact, don't live with him until you get married. I've seen too many people that's been engaged with each other forever. They basically just living together. Dang, I would never hurt them behind it. Two is the beginning of them being able to control the bladder. All can't control it too. Boys usually take longer. Yeah. Yeah, he's still a baby. He's still being potty trained. You don't expect control till about 5 and still there be accidents. That's why everybody loves to pull up so much for at nighttime. Instead of putting a cloth diaper with the rubber pants on. Yeah. And okay, let me put his picture back up. Look at this. He's still a baby. Man probably just didn't want to put a diaper on him. And then, of course, when the accident happened, he gonna blame the baby. That's what. Yeah. So Max was going with don't be with no man who don't want any children, don't like children, don't want to be around children.
Hey then.
Hey, Abner.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So,
You were saying something happened. What's happened to the boy? The young boy over there, what happened?
uh, the man on the right, his mother's boyfriend, killed him for peeing on the couch.
Oh God.
Yes.
What? Oh no. See,
He.
this is what we need to know. We need to know about ourselves that see, if you're gonna date a man who doesn't care about you, who doesn't care, who doesn't want any child, you're not supposed to date him. Because when you date him, he's gonna kill your children.
Mhm.
And even when you get pregnancy, he's gonna leave you. And you're gonna be a baby mama
Mhm.
or a single mother without having any man for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, this be evil very well. See, this John boy doesn't know anything,
Mhm.
and you see, you just end this young boy's life. You kill
Mhm.
him. This
Yeah.
boy is come to be in the black community for the future leaders for black people.
Mhm.
But here is the case, you kill him, all because you've been with his mama. Oh God.
Yeah. She left him to
What
watch the
actually
baby while she was at work.
is going on? And see, I don't know what is happening with them. And I don't know why they kill these children. I don't know.
He he beat the child till he went unconscious, and then the child didn't wake up. But instead of
Oh
calling
God.
911, he sent a text to the mother while she's at work. And it was like most jobs, you don't get a chance to answer your phone right away. You don't know until you go on break. So who knows how long between the time he sent the text and the time she saw it. She left her job, went run and called 911, but it was too late. He was gone. So they arrested him for manslaughter. Then, come to find out, when they did the autopsy, the child died from blunt force trauma, and then he admitted that that he got aggravated because the child peed on the couch and beat him. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. 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 Max was saying the black hand of white supremacy. They, whether they realize it or not, they're working for black supremacy. They're killing the future children, or they're killing a mother. The other article is about a mother that was gunned down in broad daylight. She just got off of work. She was outside with her daughter, you know, and some man just came up and shot her, killed her, grazed the daughter, and the mother's gone. Let's see. Let me show you this one.
Yeah,
Uh,
because we cannot be losing our children like this. I feel very pity for this young boy who ended his life. I feel really bad because they are the children who are now come to build our black communities, and they have been killed all the time by evil men who don't want any baby, who don't want any child.
mhm.
Oh God,
Yeah.
it's very painful.
Yeah. Let's see. And here's the other one.
Two women going at it while other travelers instigated that fight. Let's go to local. Right now, a heartbroken family remembering a young mother gunned down in front of her own daughter.
And tonight, we're getting our first look at her suspected killer as he remains on the run. Local 10's Christian De La Rosa is live in Southwest Miami-Dade. Christian.
We've talked about how this was a hard-working mother, a TSA officer at MIA, and you tonight, you said it, a surveillance picture of the shooter. Keep in mind, this tragedy taking place just day before the Sunday holiday.
She was still in her work uniform. They took her from me.
A grieving mother, days before Mother's Day, LaShonta Jones was 24 years old. She had just got home from work when she was gunned down right next to her 3-year-old daughter.
I haven't even told her mom is gone. Like, how can you explain that to a 3-year-old child? I'd never be able to kiss my baby. I'd never be able to hear my baby laugh, play with her nieces and nephews. That's taken, it's gone.
Jones was murdered Monday around 3 in the afternoon outside her home at the Coral Bay Cove Apartments on Southwest 258th Street and South Dixie Highway. Detectives releasing this surveillance picture of the killer pointing his weapon at his victim, her little girl, luckily only grazed by a bullet.
But how can you do a 3-year-old child like that? He needs to turn himself in, or somebody needs to say something. Somebody needs to talk. My daughter didn't trouble nobody.
Oh yeah. Look at the one that they were also showing. So what actually is trying to go on in these our communities? And what are we doing? See, we cannot be we cannot be there, and our black children will be dying like that.
Yeah. So yeah, these traitors to the community, whether they realize it or not, they tearing our community down. They either uh, killing the mothers and traumatizing the children that are left behind, or they killing the children. Both of them are the future. The mother's the future because their other children or more children or future generations she could have birthed. And the one that the ones that manage to survive, they traumatize. Who knows how this is going to affect them in the long run, or even in the short run? And then in the others, future is taken away completely. The future of the community is taken away completely by killing the child. And I bet it's all for selfish reasons, thoughtless reasons, not caring, all about self. So they traitors. They doing what the white supremacy couldn't do. They tearing up the black community, and it's even worse
Yeah, because they
because
want.
it's on the inside. As I always said, you got to worry about the enemy on the inside more than the enemy on the outside. You know about the enemy on the outside, but you never know the enemy on the inside. When that mother left to go
Mhm.
to work, did she think that her boyfriend was going to kill her child? No, she wasn't expecting that. She didn't see him as the enemy. We don't know if there was weird flags that she was ignoring. Um, she was trusting him too soon. Moving too fast, whatever. This is gonna haunt her for the rest of her life. The what ifs are gonna is gonna eat her alive. Took away a mother. Took her away in front of her child. Could almost took the child with her. So destroying the future either way. If you're not destroying the birthers of the future, you destroying the children. Whether you kill them, outright kill them and take them away, or traumatize them, and you alter their future because of the trauma. Hmm. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. I don't know what more to say about this. To go deeper, it just to make me angry, and and anger is not a good thing in this point because everybody get brushed with it. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for coming. Um, I'm sorry that we had such bad news to report to y'all for Mother's Day, but we can no longer hide our heads in the sun in the sand. We got to face it that we got these black-handed supremacy in our communities, traitors in our community. Shooks had a quiet little town, and now we got drive-bys. We have people being killed in shootings. Shooks, my own cousin got caught got shot. He came through surgery all right, but he's gone a long recovery ahead of him. But we're thankful that he's alive. He could have been killed, but either way, um, we can no longer keep our heads in the sand. Sometimes we know exactly who they are, or we know of them, but we don't do anything about it. We we um we don't take our communities in hand anymore. We wait for somebody else to do it. Oh, I can't do it. What if they shoot me? What if they kill me? It's dangerous nowadays to deal with people. And as long as we keep that mindset, it's not going to change. It's just gonna run around and get and continue to destroy the community. Hmm. All right. Happy Mother's Day to all mothers in the chat. I hope um well, I wish you a happy Mother's Day. Don't let, this bad news deter you from accepting appreciation from your family and the love from your family and giving love to your family. Well, hey, that never stop y'all from giving love. That's why y'all have Mother's Day. Y'all can't stop the love. Hmm. All right. All right. So peace, power, and unity, everyone. Until next time, or I'll see y'all for ladies' night. So go out with some music.
Yeah, break them off. Ladies and gentlemen, Ellis the third.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. I wanna make sure you hear me.
Turn it up.
Real loud and clear, cause I'ma say something that you wanna refer to like every day. Y'all really need some funk. Y'all really need some funk. Hold back, stay clear. Cause funk keep me hey, said I like the way you move, girl. Makes me lose concentration. Can you see where this is going? We got a situation. Baby. What you got to say now? Won't you come to my house and play on a mission to ride? Yeah. Ride. Oh, yeah. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more. Yeah. I'm gonna ride. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go no more. Till I can't go
Yo,
no
I'm
more.
throwing it up. Hop on the gas tank and stand on it. I'm flipping the endo with 2 of my mans on it. I'm a loose rider out of the bricks. That mean I'ma battle somebody out of their rent. Come on. Take on total package with females. Soul Brothers, Black Knight, send it through your email. I ride or die. Rough ride like Wink with the bike. I'm like the ball of Allen I. Doctor. Socks on my air night. Loud like the exhaust on my Yoshimore pipes. When it comes to the hike, you off and on. On the bike, we get chips like Arch and John.